So guys, one of my favorite notes to do since starting the goose call is the double cluck for sure. And it was definitely one of the most harder goose calls to get into, but once you get it, it is so freaking satisfying. I mean, it just fills in those empty spots of your cadence, you know, when you're trying to call really, really fast, and it sounds great. You can either do a low to high or a high to low. Riley wants to get in the video. So you can either do a high to low or low to high. I mean, they sound great either any way. You can do it slow, you can do it fast. So you can do or you can do it really, really fast. Forgive me if it kind of sounds like a little bit of shit. I did break my insert this morning. So yeah, it's an amazing call that was really hard to learn. Since my insert is broken, I can't show you in the back of the call how I'm presenting my air. So I'm going to use this call that's really badly tuned. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm putting 2 breaths of air into it. So into the back of the call, it's and my tongue's only touching once. Apparently I do it a little different than some people, but I'm starting with my tongue slapped up against the roof of my mouth, cutting off all the air, and then I'm going but I'm forcing out 2 breaths really hard. And you can also do it starting at the bottom of your mouth and going your tongue is that valve. I don't know if that's the best word to use, but your tongue moving up and down in your mouth without hitting the roof of your mouth can break over the reed if you're pushing enough air through it. So again, through the front of the call, it's going to take a lot of practice, for sure, but it's really freaking satisfying. When you run out of breath, if you can get that down right, you can put it after a moan, you can put it before a moan, you can put it before and after a single cluck. I mean, Scott Trinan tells you to do a low, then a high, then a double cluck, then another cluck, and then a moan. That's a pretty good cadence to start out with, and it sounds really realistic if you're looking at a flock of geese on the ground. The double cluck is where it's at, guys. So then, like, a lot of people are trying to do the triple cluck as well, and I find it's a lot easier to roll it. So that's where you start out with a where you bring that moan into it, and then you bring your tongue down from there. So real quick. You can hear how it's pretty high pitched. That's because I'm not putting any voice inflection into it. But notice how it's going do 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 do. So that's just me going really forcing my air at each position of where my tongue is. So one more time. And what I'm doing with my hand there too is I'm starting with it closed because I'm starting at a lower note. I like to go from low to high for the triple cluck just because it takes a lot more air. But I'm going doot doot doot. I'm opening it. Doot 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 doot. Same thing with the double cluck. It makes it a lot easier to break over the reed if you're using your hand with it as well. So like you have your hand like this, and you just have your hand barely covering barely open right here. And you go doot doot doot. Even just a little bit of an opening makes a huge difference in your calling. So that's how you do the double and triple cluck. It's going to take a lot of practice. Don't think you're going to get it overnight. But thanks for watching.